Hi GKD kids, it's Miss Stacy here. I miss you guys and I can't wait to see you all again. Hi Gigi, hi Mila, hi Quayshawn, hi Danielle, hi Skylar, hi Jasmine, hi Abel, hi Truly, hi Ella, hi Deepa, hi Soriano, hi Isaiah, hi Max, hi Mitch. I can go on, but I really want to get to our story. So, every morning I wake up to hearing the birds chirping and singing and whistling, and if you listen closely, you can kind of hear them behind me. And they sing so beautifully. And it almost seems as if they don't have a care in the world. And how about the beautiful flowers that's been popping up? I mean, the roses and the iris and the chrysanthemums. Do you have a favorite flower? I have a purple iris right here. How beautiful is that? Look at that. I want you to think about something as I read our story today from the Jesus Storybook Bible. Do you know who is as beautiful as those birds that you hear singing, or as precious as those flowers that we see blossoming? I want you to think about that as we read this story. So as you can see here, I have the digital version of the Jesus Storybook Bible. And I'm reading from page 228, and it's called The Singer. From the Sermons on the Mount from Matthew 6, 9, and Luke 12. Let's get started. Wherever Jesus went, lots of people went too. They loved being near him. Old people, young people, all kinds of people came to see Jesus. Sick people, well people, happy people, sad people, and worried people. Lots of them, worrying about lots of things. What if we don't have enough food or clothes, or suppose we run out of money? What if there isn't enough and everything goes wrong and we won't be all right? What then? When Jesus saw all the people, his heart was filled with love for them. They were like a little flock of sheep that didn't have a shepherd to take care of them. So Jesus sat them all down and he talked to them. The people sat quietly on the grassy mountainside and listened. From where they sat, they could see the blue lake glittering below them and little fishing boats coming in from the night's catch. The spring air was fresh and clean. See those birds over there, Jesus said? Everyone looked. Little sparrows were pecking at seeds along the stony path. Where do they get their food from? Perhaps they have pantries all stocked up. Cabinets full of food. Everyone laughed. Who's ever seen a bird with a bag of groceries? No, Jesus said. They don't need to worry about that because God knows what they need and he feeds them. And what about these wild flowers? Everyone looked. All around them, the flowers were growing. Anemones, daisies, white lilies. Where do they get their lovely clothes? Do they make them, or do they go to work every day so they can buy them? Do they have closets full of clothes? Everyone laughed again. Who's ever seen a flower putting on a dress? No, Jesus said. They don't need to worry about that because God clothes them in royal robes of splendor. Not even a king is that well dressed. They had never met a king, but as they gazed out over the lake, glittering and sparkling below them, the hillside dressed in reds, purples, and golds, they felt a great burden lift from their hearts. They could not imagine anything more beautiful. Little flock, Jesus said, you are more important than birds, more important than flowers. The birds and the flowers don't sit and worry about things, and God doesn't want his children to worry either. God loves to look after the birds and the flowers, and he loves to look after you too. Jesus knew that God would always love and watch over the world he had made. Everything in it, birds, flowers, trees, animals, everything. And most of all, his children. Even though people had forgotten, the birds and the flowers hadn't forgotten. They still knew their song. It was the song all of God's creation had sung to him from the very beginning. It was the song people's hearts were made to sing. God made us. He loves us. He is very pleased with us. It was why Jesus had come into the world, to sing them that wonderful song, to sing it not only with his voice, but with his whole life, so that God's children could remember it and join in and sing it too. So that's the end of that story. So you remember what I asked you in the beginning? Can you tell me who is as special as those birds that we hear singing and as beautiful as those flowers that we see? That's right. You are. We all are. And don't ever forget that. God protects us and he watches over us. And we're just as special and just as beautiful as all the creations that God has made. Love you guys and miss you. Bye.